We had a farm in South Dakota. I grew up working cattle, irrigating corn, stacking hay, driving tractors, and riding horses. But the high interest rates of the last recession in the late 70s and early 80s put the farm into a financial vice grip and finally squeezed it out of business. So I get excited when I hear that something good is happening to farming in America, especially considering biblical prophecy. It's also a positive trend compared to many societal trends that are either immoral, self-serving, or spiritually subversive. The new agricultural phenomena is young farmers and new farms. Young farmers are vital to a nation's food production system, especially in the United States, where the USDA reports that the average age of farmers is nearly 60. The new trend for farming is among those in their 20s and 30s. It's not large enough to affect USDA statistics yet, but no doubt will soon. Farms in America peaked at 6.8 million in 1935 and then went into a long decline. There are more new farmers because the farms tend to be very small, about 6 acres compared to the 449-acre average of current agribusiness. America's cow colleges, universities that were originally organized to teach agriculture, are finding a resurgence of interest among students. Rather than a rejection of society's urban rat race, the new young farmers, men and women, are simply embracing the soil and growing crops and livestock. It's become a deliberate career choice, even if it isn't a high-income one. Quoted in a recent USA Today article, food editor at grist.org, Tim Philpott, describes the new young farmers this way. There's very little to do for educated college graduates besides sit in a cubicle and punch a computer all day, he says. Small-scale farming is management intensive. It's incredibly intellectual exercise. But you're also getting your hands in the dirt. That's why it's so attractive. There's a hunger for that. The new small farm is a healthy trend. The fruit trees planted today by young farmers will mature enough to yield bushels of delicious apples, cherries, and pears, given enough time and if the world doesn't end. However, that latter gives us pause for concern. Other more negative societal trends and biblical prophecies indicate a coming end to our age. Jesus spoke of the end of the world as we know it in the language of small-scale farming. He said this, "Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you will know that summer is near." By summer, he meant the end of this age. But after that trouble is over, Christ has returned, there will be new young farmers again as a wave of the future. And as the prophecy states, he shall judge between many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks. Those are farm tools. But everyone shall sit under his vine and under his fig tree, and no one will make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken. A new world is coming that will fundamentally feature young farm families. For GN Magazine, I'm Randy Stiver.